Whoa, I'm upside down. What's up, guys? Sorry, I'm just snacking. So, it's going to be, well, you guys already know. We pretty much always do lives on Friday. But I've been working my butt off today, trying to get this thing all sorted out and get it ready. But I'll let a few people join in, and then we'll get started here. So, we'll talk about what's going on under there. Let's let some people join for a minute while I snack on some trail mix. Let me spin this around. I can show you guys. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what we're talking about tonight. I'll try not to shake this camera too much. She is all tore up. All tore up. Look at that. Poor little Dakota. All she ever wanted to do was just run, and we keep taking it apart. So, we'll get into a bunch of stuff tonight, you guys. And talk about some things. We'll let some people join in. I just want to show you guys what's going on. I was going to upload today, but I figured this would be a little more interesting. And we'll talk about what I got going on. Because I was wrenching on this thing for a better part of today. Just trying to get it all ready for tomorrow. I was hoping rip it apart today and then put it back together tomorrow. And then we ran into some hiccups. So I'll show you guys. And I want to talk more about this too, you guys. This is a tool that I researched and found. This thing is so damn cool. And I talked to the owner of this company. He's actually, I can't remember exactly, don't quote me, but I think it's either Kentucky or Tennessee, somewhere over there. But he makes this product, American-made product, and it's actually the coolest little thing. It works on our trucks, our engines, and it also works on LS motors as well. Same product, you don't have to buy anything different, but when you buy this one, I actually got you guys a discount on this, so you guys will get 20% off on this thing if you guys want one. But I've already tested it, already tried it. You can take off the valve springs with the head on. I made this little homemade air nozzle. I just took a compression gauge and I put an air nozzle on it. So like one of those chucks or whatever for your compressor, which I have over there. And I just hit it with about 70 pounds, just left about 70 pounds in it. And I could take off the valve springs, no problem. But I'll talk a little bit more about what we're into. And I was filming everything today with the new GoPro Hero 8. And I got this whole custom new camera setup for you guys. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy. I like designed this whole little thing and had to screw it all together. But whatever, that's a different story. But yeah, this is what we got going on. And what my plan was to put the new valve springs on. I was going to put all the new valve springs on, and then I was going to take out the cam. And you see all the lifters and stuff in here. I just have it covered up. But there's the engine when you take off the intake manifold. What I was going to do was, got my rockers over here, got my trail mix, and I was going to put these on. But the base of these is just a little too bit narrow. So I have all these brand new springs that we're going to try and swap out. I had all the new keepers and retainers, all new stuff. But when I went to put this on, the base of it is a little too narrow, so I got to figure that out. So I'm just talking with IMM, see what the next solution is for that, because we're going to put the cam in and all that. I just wanted to do the springs first. But we hit a roadblock, boys. So I went to take off the springs. Well, actually, I took off the springs with this fancy little tool that I'm in love with right now. But took off the springs, took off the retainers, keepers, all that stuff. And I ended up not being able to put the new ones on because they're a tiny bit different size. So I got to figure out what our next option is. But yeah, this little thing, so you bolt it in. I'll just explain it quickly. I don't know. I'm super bummed about this because a lot of guys will tell you have to take the heads off, or, you know, it's easier to take the heads off. I strongly disagree. So I ended up just bolting this up, putting compressed air into the cylinder, I just bumped it a few times, and Brian at IMM actually told me, you know, about doing this. So I just hit it with the air a few times, made sure that nothing else was connected, and make sure you don't have a ratchet on the front because it will send that thing flying. And the piston just goes to the bottom of the bore, and then you just keep about 70 pounds in it. You could probably keep less. I don't know the exact PSI, but I just kept about 70 on it on my regulator on my compressor. And then I just tightened this down, and all of my retainers and keepers and all that stuff just started coming out. And then you can put the new springs in and put it all back down, but we need to find the right ones. So anyways, that's what's going on with that. Let's find out what's going on with you guys. Let me put this over here for a second. And I'll grab my phone and we can answer maybe some of your questions. If the police don't get us first. Alright, let me make sure this has got a charge and that it doesn't overheat, since this phone likes to overheat on us. And let me join you guys so I can see what you guys are saying. Where are we? Okay, so do it this way. Or maybe, just to make it more interesting, let's get a change of scenery going, boys. We'll put this over here. Or you guys can see the engine and stuff. People are joining in. You guys always see me from this view, so we might as well switch it up, no? Let's switch it up. Let's improvise on this live. You guys get the refined videos on the regular ones, so don't get mad at me if it's a little shaky on this. There we go. There we go. There we go. How's that for a different view? Okay. So John says, how much horsepower are you wanting to gain from the new cam? Sorry, let me just eat my trail mix here with you guys. It's hard to say because we're kind of stacking a few different models on top of each other. So not just the cam, but we're putting the cam in. We're going to go stiffer valve springs to accommodate the cam and the higher lift. And then we're also going to put on the M1 intake with the 52 millimeter bored out OEM or stock throttle body. So it's kind of like a few different mods happening all at once, and then plus the tune. I don't know exactly where that would put us, but that was supposed to be the temporary setup. I was going to run around and naturally aspirated for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, as I look for another, I want to put a different supercharger head unit is the plan. Either that or I got to figure out, I got to look into that head unit, because we were dealing with some leaking issue on that P1SC, so that's why that hasn't gone back on. So plan was to cam it, make sure this motor's good, make it a little rowdy, and then put the boost back on it, and then see how long we can get away with that setup before she gets a little tired. And then in the meantime, we would build the engine that I have on the stands right here, which you can't really see, but there's another 5.9 Magnum right there. That was kind of the plan. But as far as horsepower goes, I don't know. I'm not that familiar with all the Magnum stuff just yet to be able to sit there and throw horsepower numbers. If I had to guess, I don't know. I would have to say we're going to be mid 300-ish horsepower at the crank. Maybe the higher end of that. Maybe closer to 4. I don't know. That's just my ballpark guess. And then if we add boost, obviously we would be, 450, 550-ish horsepower. That's my guess. Matt, what's up, man? What's going on? Leaky Jeep 5.9, sweet, cammed up. Might have to watch this later. Busy watching fires and riots here in Minnesota. Yeah, that is crazy. I don't want to go too off topic, but it just seems surreal right now what's going on over there. People are just like losing it right now. It's crazy. I don't know. And I don't even want to make this a political video, but I mean, I get what happened was wrong, but at the same time, I don't know if the people's reaction is the right reaction either. That is madness over there. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some bad apples out there as far as enforcement, and obviously, those guys are gonna, justice is gonna be served hopefully for them. But man, some of the like stuff that's going on, like I saw videos of Target and stuff, and they're just raiding the crap out of Target. Like, what did Target have to do with the police and that incident? It's like completely irrelevant. And all these like small businesses and stuff that they're just raiding like crazy. Like, what did they have to do between the police and that incident? It's like these small businesses with the current economy and everything that's going on right now, those small businesses have been closed. They're already struggling. They still had to pay all their bills and employees and different expenses, and they were forced to close. And then, a bunch of rioters go and smash stuff and steal stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't really agree with that, honestly. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's definitely crazy to watch. That's for sure. Shadow Lone Wolf 99. Hey, I've seen some things on this Dodge, and it seems you know a lot about Dodge, but I have a question for you. Shoot, go ahead. David, off topic, what brand of ratchets do you use? I kind of have a few. So I have a Craftsman kit, like a full like 300 piece kit, and then that one I'm gonna start using. How do I explain this? I had like a little kit, like kind of just like a little carry one that's like maybe like 2 feet by 1 foot or something like that. And that one, the Craftsman, I've been using that kit with some Harbor Freight wrenches for like the past like 2-3 years, ever since I moved from Toronto. And I have all my Mastercraft kit tools, which is like a huge set. But then honestly, I've been using a lot of Harbor Freight stuff too. Shadow, I have a 2000 Dodge Durango with a 4.7. Replace the fuel throttle and air throttle sensor, and still kind of idles roughish. Think it could be a vacuum leak. I don't know much about 4.7 Dodges. Ooh, that could be a lot of different things. Yeah, I mean, I would just do the basic maintenance and make sure all that's done. Spark plugs. I think the 4.7 still has wires. I don't think it has Quofax. I'm not too familiar with 4.7, but still should have wires. I would make sure all that stuff is done, and just basic maintenance, and then go from there. I mean, it could be a lot of different things, but I would make sure those things are done first for sure. Alan, what are you doing with the head again? I just had to pull my passenger side head off to be reworked. It was throwing 3 misfires and random misfires. Alan, do you mean the S2000, or are you talking about this? Let me know. Oh, but he says passenger side head. So obviously he's talking about this truck. Yeah, the only reason I had to ask is when you said misfires. I've been dealing with misfires on the little 4-bagger engine for a while, but these heads are staying on. We're not unbolting them. I was just upgrading the springs on them, but ran into a hiccup, so I'm at a standstill right now. Will, 18 watching, only 4 what likes? Yeah, give this video a thumbs up, you guys, even if you're just dropping in for a minute. It helps the videos, so let's get this channel cranking here. Alan says, my Dakota has 53mm Hughes Big Gulp M1 manifold and oversized 2.2 valves. Man, that's a lot of valve. 510 lift. Considering getting boost for mine, as far as mine is good when back together. I really want to go 4-weight stroker. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I honestly, like I said, when somebody asked me about the horsepower numbers, I wasn't too sure, but one sec. Hey, what's going on? You live? Yeah. What's all that? I don't know. Oh, no, not me yet. Yeah, I got it. Now, if you're live, we'll yeah, I'll be, just give me like half an hour or so. Yeah, I'm going to show my son the car. Oh, okay. Yeah, are you guys going to be around for a little while? He just came to visit for a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, give me like half an hour or so, as long as nothing too crazy happens over there. No. Alright. There's like five cars there. Really? That's where all the noise is? Yeah. Jeez, alright. Sorry, it's just my neighbor. All the sirens are just up the street, so I don't know if I should go check out all the excitement. Let me see. Yeah, so as far as horsepower, I don't know exactly what the horsepower would be on this can and with the setup I'm going, but we're gonna throw some boost at it, so we'll get it up. Ideally we would do heads, cam, and all that kind of stuff. But right now I was planning on just doing like a budget build on this, just throwing a cam in it and then throwing some boost at it. But I really wanted to save the engine that's on the engine stand for a full build, proper build, because I don't know the history on this engine. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money throwing a bunch of cool parts on this and then have it just die on us like the last 5.9. Anyways, that was the original plan. David, truck should sound like a beast. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Oh, there's a fire truck over there too. What is going on? I want to go see the action. I can just take you guys on live. Oh, I don't think I can. I don't think I can take you guys because it's on Wi-Fi. Otherwise, it'll probably disconnect. There's a bunch of fire truck and cops and stuff down the street. I kind of want to see what's up. Shadow Wolf, did you check or change? Oh, you guys are trying to figure out Shadow Wolf's issue. Rival, what all have you done to your engine, and what if you did the same to a 5.2? Yeah, I mean, as far as what we've done to this engine, if you're new to the channel, check out the old videos because we did a ton of stuff already to this truck, but not this engine. So we did an M1 intake, we did a big throttle body, and then we ended up putting a supercharger, a pro charger kit on it, and we made some decent jam, but the motor was pretty tired and it pretty much just ate the bearings with the extra added power. So wasn't anything to do with tune, wasn't anything necessarily to do with the stuff we did. It was just that engine was tired. When we started stressing it, it showed its wear. So yeah, we yanked that motor out, and then I found another junkyard 5.9, and that's what's in here. So that's what we're tinkering with. But this one's gonna get cam. We're gonna leave these heads. I think that was the initial plan, but I ran into a bit of a hiccup. And then we're gonna put the M1 intake, and I think we're just gonna go 2-barrel on this. I don't think we're gonna go with that XL 4-barrel right now because it was just way too much air. Let me see. Alan, is that Dave Casper from B&G? I don't know the answer to that question. Rob Roy, I have 360 bored out, 30 over, M1 intake, 52 millimeters. Long tube headers, 1.7, E-fan. Oh, I wanted to update you guys. I don't know if necessarily the person that was asking the question will be on this live, but people were asking me about the E-fan. So remember that I don't even want to call it cheese, but that cheap E-fan setup that we installed, I think last year at this point. We got like a $20 fan or $25 fan and like a $20 controller. So it was like a $50 E-fan conversion. Well, it's been like over 100 degrees here all week, and I've been driving this thing, and it's been staying like, you know how most trucks will run like right in the middle with the temperature gauge? It's been staying like all the way cold. So not all the way cold, but like way low, like a quarter of the way through the gauge. So it's been running really cool, which is obviously good. And I have a 180 degree thermostat in it, so it's been working pretty good. But yeah, some people were asking about overheating and whether it was able to cool it properly. And the answer is, it's been super hot out here, like stupid hot, and it's been fine. Rob's build sounds pretty nasty actually. 48 RE built up. Alan Talley, I use a clutch ratchet kit from Northern Tool. Nice. Yeah, I just kind of use whatever. I'm not too picky with tools. As long as they don't break, I'm good. Timmy, this may be a dumb question, but could you do a video of how to put the distributor in time? No, not a dumb question at all. So, I can honestly I can't show you right now. But, let me grab this real quick. So you guys don't believe me? Look at, see all the flashing lights? Ooh! Look at that. Just for you guys, I'm missing all the action. Never seen any action on the street. And then just when I go live, we get action. Okay, anyways, back on topic. So as far as the distributor, I'm putting it on time. If you align your timing mark here, top dead center, and not this mark, you're gonna have to go around a few times. And there's actually, on mine, there's a white mark, so it's actually white paint on here. You line it up with TDC, and you will see if we can get some light on this. Let me get in here. This rotor will line up with the number 1 right here. So if you guys can see that, this says number 1 cylinder, and there's this little line there. That is, there you go, cylinder number 1. So when that timing mark is lined up there, your number 1 cylinder is at top dead center. You line up the tip of this rotor with that, and that will get you close. And then you will have to set the fuel sync by adjusting your distributor and have a scanner connected as well. So you have to do it that way, but oh my God, there's so many policios. Look at them all. Don't know what's going on. Kind of want to go check it out though. Anyways, yeah, so you'll line that up right there, and that will be as close as you can get, and then you'll have to do the rest with a scanner, unfortunately. So then you'll loosen this, and you can move your distributor, and you have to set your fuel sync. So that's something I'm gonna have to do once I move it. I haven't loosened that nut. I haven't taken out the cam, so mine's still lined up, but that's what you would have to do. And if you guys are just joining in, we started the cam install, and then we kind of got stuck. So I mentioned at the beginning of this what we started doing. We started putting the cam in. We got the comp cams over there on the bench. We got our rockers there, all stuff. We got our trail mix. That's dinner right now. We got police. Look at them. Woo! Bad boys, bad boys. I don't know. You guys, I want to go see what's going on. There's so much nonsense going on right now. Look at him. He's slowing down for us. He doesn't want to be filmed right now. I kind of want to go see what all the action is, but they're all leaving. I think somebody must have called 911 or something. Must be some sort of fire truck or something. But I don't know. We're gonna hide over here for now. Yeah. So we started to do the actual cam install, and then we got stuck. And if you guys had just stopped into the channel, I have been telling you guys about this tool. I talked to the owner today because I had a question for him, and when I talked to him, he was nice enough to hook the Boosted fam up with 20% off of this thing, and it's already really reasonably priced. So this thing was like less than 50 bucks, and then I think he's gonna give us 20% off. So I just got the details on this, but this thing's made in the USA. It's a family-owned operation, and this thing is gonna be pretty cool. So I was gonna change all my valve springs with the heads on. So it's gonna save me a bunch of time that way. I didn't have to take off my headers, didn't have to take off the heads and do, you know, head gaskets and all that stuff. It was working beautifully, but we gotta figure something out because these springs we were gonna replace and the ones that we were gonna use don't quite fit. So I'm still keeping an eye out, you guys. Keeping an eye out for the police. The police. All right, let me throw this back over here. See what you guys are up to. So if you guys are wondering why I'm on my phone, I'm reading the comments on this while you guys are there. Mr. J. Magoo, so how far are you going into the engine on the stand? The engine on the stand, I want to see how bad it is. Really, I need to see how bad the crank is. I think that's what needs to happen first, is see how bad the crank is or isn't. If the crank's not scored and the crank is still good, then I would like to put new bearings in and just do like from the ground up type thing. I think that would be cool. Put some good pistons in it. I think the rods are good on these. We'd probably just go some ARP bolts on the rods and do like a big build on that thing. So I'm trying to get my feet wet and stuff on the V8 engine on this. And the more I get into it, the more it doesn't scare me as much, since I don't know, I've built a bunch of engines and stuff in the past, but not V8 pushrod stuff, which is kind of the primitive version. So the double overhead cam stuff on the Hondas and stuff I've always messed with, but I've never done one of these. And the more I do it, it doesn't scare me as much. So as far as build on that, before I could answer that, I want to take it apart and see how bad it is. Beast Killer Gaming. Hey man, I've watched the Dakota builds from the beginning. Thanks for showing it some love, man. Yeah, no problem. I didn't really know, but I didn't know that there wasn't that much content on the Dakota before I got one. And now that I've got one, I swear there's not that much good content for the Dakota on YouTube. So hopefully I'm doing my duty as that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content, and we'll see how far we can push this old engine. I know, what was it, Racing Ram Fam, I think he's called? He's only got a few thousand subscribers, surprisingly, but he has an SRT10 that he had turboed and blew it up, and then he has a 5.9 engine that he built that he's putting in some sort of Ram or something, Gen 2. But other than that, I haven't seen any new content too much. Rob Roy, what's going on behind you? Having a problem or just in the middle of it? Yeah, so if you guys are just catching up, I was gonna the plan was to tear this thing down today, get all the old stuff out, and maybe start on the new stuff, and then tomorrow I would finish putting the cam in and we would have this thing running tomorrow. But you guys know the Dakota. Nothing ever goes easy on this thing, and that didn't fail today because the springs that we were supposed to put in don't fit, so I gotta figure out what our solution is for that. So I don't know if it's something we can get tomorrow or we have to wait next week to get those parts, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're at a standstill. I can't put the cam in with these stock springs because they're not stiff enough. So, and I don't know if they would coil bind with the extra lift. I don't think they would, but I just don't think they're stiff enough. So that's the problem, I think, but I'll find out more details on that soon. Gotta talk to Brian at IMM, see what he wants to do. John Henry, I just had 2 bent rods and cracked pistons on my 98 Dakota. I've been watching your videos to see how to do some stuff. Keep up the hard work. Thanks, man. Yeah, we'll keep plugging away and we'll keep getting deeper into these engines. So I was debating like how to make this video with the cam. I've obviously been filming it. The camera's right there, but I don't want to do it like I'm not a know-it-all on these engines by any means. So I didn't really want to do like a how-to because I'm just learning myself on this engine. But I'm documenting what I'm doing. You know, some guys might say it's the right way, the wrong way, but I'm getting it done. So I'll share with you guys my experience on this, and then maybe once I have this one under my belt, and then we do the one on the stand, then I'll be able to say, hey, this is how I got it done and what's working, right? But right now, I'm definitely a noob at a lot of stuff. Let's see what's next. It is ambulance. It's an ambulance. Well, all the action's gone. I guess it wasn't that exciting. I don't feel as left out now. What are you guys saying? I have EQ kids. Oh, Rob's still talking about his. Oh, Rob says he's waiting on this cam video and money to buy the tools and cam. Nice. Yeah, hopefully I can document that for you guys. So far, the valve spring tool works good, but I haven't gotten to the degree stuff because we haven't put the cam in here. There you go. How is your electric fan holding up? Oh, hopefully I answered that because I think I answered that a minute ago. But yeah, the electric fan I'm using is awesome. Like I said, it's been over 100 degrees all week, and the truck doesn't even come near the middle of the gauge on the temperature gauge. So it's sitting like maybe about a quarter the whole time. So it's staying super, super cool, which is good for at least this engine and how much heat it makes. Jonathan, where did you order your valve spring tool? Gotta change cam in my O2 Dakota RT, which is gonna change lifters, but cam is also bad. Yeah, so I'm going to, I can't do it right now, obviously, because I'm right here, but I will send, maybe I can post it, if you guys bear with me. Do you guys want me to post that link for the valve spring compressor and you guys get 20% off? Let me post it, give me 1 second, I'll just run to my email. Because I just saw the email come through. There we go. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, guys. So I just posted the link in this live chat. So if you go to that link with Luke Grass Performance, you guys will get, and you use the code BOOSTED, so not Boosted Motorsports, but just the word BOOSTED, you will get 20% off of this tool if you order it from the website. So, I don't know, I really like the fact that you can keep the heads on and use that tool, it works awesome. Plus, not only that, but if you guys ever get into like LS stuff, that tool works on LS platforms too, so. And it will probably at some point end up tinkering with some of those, and we have the tool to do it now, so. I'm pretty pumped about that. But yeah, go to that website link that I just put, use the code BOOSTED, and you'll get 20% off that tool, which it's already like ridiculously reasonably priced. So yeah, I was talking to the owner. He's just a kind of one-man show over there in I think Kentucky or Tennessee, somewhere around there. Don't quote me. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He spent like 20 minutes on the phone with me explaining his tool and how he made it and all that stuff. And yeah, he makes them right there and ships them out. But yeah, he was pretty excited about what we're doing here, and he was willing to help us out a little bit. So we got 20% off of that tool for you guys. Let me catch back up to you guys in the comments. Lewis, I'm going to my senior year and I'm looking to get into diesel and also high performance. I've been watching you for a while now, and I was wondering, how did you get started on engines? What steps of education do you suggest I take? I don't know if it still exists, but when I was going through high school and whatever, there was shop class. So there was like a double credit for shop class, and I was already messing with engines and stuff. I grew up racing dirt bikes, rebuilding 2-stroke engines, 4-stroke engines when I blew them up and all that stuff. And on race, I was competing in motocross, and you always had to, like, every so many hours, it was something stupid, like every like 5 hours or 10 hours of use, you had to put new piston ring in and new piston and all that stuff. So I learned on those single piston engines, or single cylinder engines, and then from there, when I turned 16, I got like into Hondas because that was kind of the cool thing back then, and started tinkering with that stuff, turbocharging that. I was putting lots of eBay turbo kits because that's all I could afford at the time on like Honda Civic pretty much engines. Blew a lot of stuff up there. Then I got an S2000, blew that up on my first turbo kit. Then did it all right, and then finally got somebody to tune it properly, and then really started getting into the build myself. And before I paid somebody to put the turbo kit on, and after getting screwed over so many times, I figured if I was gonna pay and get screwed over, I might as well just get mad at myself, and that's how that whole thing happened. So it was kind of a lot of just being self-taught, and especially with YouTube and Google and all that stuff, it's more like you can pretty much do anything you want. You just can search it at your fingertips. So yeah, a lot of it's just tinkering with stuff and breaking stuff, honestly. Like this, I researched it, and I did the same thing you guys did. I went to YouTube, tried to find other videos of people, rebuilding pushrod V8s, and yeah, just learning about it. So I'm in the same boat as you guys. I'm just sharing my experience, but yeah, just start messing with stuff. And I think the best thing is to tinker with stuff, take stuff apart, put it back together. Like, obviously do things in stages. Don't go and take apart something really crazy. Like, I'm not saying this is really crazy, but don't take apart something super big without knowing how to put it back together. Maybe your lawnmower breaks, take that apart. Like, it's a simple engine or something like that, and then just start working your way up. That's all I did. and now I'm, doing this kind of stuff. And just to give you guys a bit of information on what I'm planning on doing, my goal is to mess with this engine that's in here, put a cam in it, do a couple small things, get comfortable with taking apart a pushrod V8. Then I want to fully build the one on the stand, I think. As long as that thing isn't completely ugly inside, we will build that one on the stand. And then from there, what I want to do is, assuming this one goes well, the one on the stand goes well, we also still have to build Jason's engine, which is probably going to happen before the one on the stand. So we're going to get Jason's Dakota RT. So I think I've told you guys a few times now, but my buddy Jason, he's got a Dakota RT single cab, same as, pretty much similar to mine, but we're putting heads, cam, and I think heads, cam, intake for now at least on his. So we're gonna get that one all sorted out too. So I'll have this engine under my belt, his engine under my belt. Then I'll probably end up doing something with this one on the stand. And so I'll have 3 pushrod V8s. And what my plan is I have a big build coming for the Viper. So I'm probably going to install the parts I have. And then assuming these 3 engines go well, that Viper engine, even though it's aluminum block instead of an iron block, it's the same principles. So what we're going to do, or what I want to do, is build that engine to hold some monster power. So I think it would be cool to maybe throw some pistons in that, or at least a nasty cam, maybe get the heads done on that, plus the other mods that I have, and that thing will just be an absolute beast. So that's, you guys are probably at your own level of any of that. Some of you guys might be above me, some of you guys might be below me, but that's what I'm doing myself. So I'm learning on, this engine was cost me $360 for the transmission. So if I mess it up, I'm not going to, but if I mess it up, it's not a huge loss. I would hate to do something like that with the Viper, because we would be talking like $7 grand out of pocket if I messed that thing up completely. So, same thing, whatever your situation is, maybe you can fix a lawnmower or a weed whacker or something around your house, and then just work your way up, whatever your level is. So I'm doing the same thing. I've already gone past the dirt bikes and the little single cylinder engines. Now then I went to 4 cylinders, now I'm at 8 cylinders, and then I'll be at 10 cylinders. So that's my little progression. But I mean, I wouldn't say you have to go to school. If you're trying to do this stuff as a passion or a hobby, you don't have to go to school to learn this stuff. With YouTube and Google, you could pretty much figure out how to do anything. It's just how much motivation you have. Alan, Darren, my E-fan is fine. You may have other issues if you're overheating. Yeah. Rob Roy, in Florida with my E-fan, thermostat and traffic drive through, my temp goes at 200. Yeah, this thing is staying like stupid cool. I mean, one thing I will say is I don't have AC condenser in front of my rad, so I have that kind of advantage. But yeah, still this thing is staying ridiculously cool. Lewis, I'm asking because I'm looking into some schools, but I'm not sure what steps to take. I've been getting advice. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so hopefully what I said makes sense. But yeah, if you're looking to be a mechanic by trade, then you obviously have to get a mechanic's license. But not entirely. You could technically still be a mechanic in a shop working under a licensed mechanic. So a lot of times in a lot of states, as long as one person is a registered mechanic, or there's a master mechanic in the shop, other people can work there. So yeah, it just depends what your end goal is. Like, I don't have a mechanic's license to work on my own stuff. It's just all self-taught. So Rob came with the truck. Well, these guys are just talking with each other. I'm gonna rewatch all these cam install videos over and over. Yeah, that's kind of what I did for a little while, but then I just got fed up with watching, wanted to start doing, so here we are. Lewis, how did you get started working on engines? I think I answered that one. Matthew, what scan tool did you use for the fuel sync? So I'm gonna have to find one that I can use or go somewhere. I don't have a super fancy scan tool to do the fuel sync here. HP tuners, it's not an option in there. They can flash the computer, but you can't set the fuel sync. So I'm gonna have to either go borrow a snap-on or go somewhere to set the fuel sync. But I'll let you guys know what I end up doing regardless. Lewis says, did I go to school? I didn't go to school for mechanics or any of that stuff. I went to school for business, but not this. Timmy, I was wondering the same thing with Lewis. So yeah, hopefully I answered that question. Ask me any other questions if you don't think I answered your question as far as the schooling or learning how to work on engines. Yeah, I'd be happy to let you guys know more information on that if you want. But yeah, I grew up racing and around like dirt bikes and stuff, and then I started messing with those, and like I said, I moved on from there. Scan tool you have to use is uber expensive. You really have to take it to a shop with proper scan tool to have it synced. So Performance is the company I've talked about building me a 408 stroker. Okay, so Lewis has been taking auto tech. There you go. You got the live PD show at your place. I know, right? I know. It's exciting over here tonight. Lewis said I actually bought a Dakota a while back because I just absolutely loved content and wanted to get started, but I just sat and I sold it. Yeah, you should get into it, man. I mean, you're only gonna learn one way. So, like I said, I got comfortable with, learning how to take stuff apart and put it back together. And if I messed it up, well, I can only blame myself. So that was the way that I reframed it for me, because I was just tired of paying people to do stuff and then it breaking anyways. And then rather than get mad at somebody else, you can only get mad at yourself, which is pretty easy to get over. Rob said you have YouTube's best content on Dakota for sure. Appreciate it, man. I'm doing my best to try to cover as much stuff as I can on this thing. And then, the other thing too, slightly off topic, but the tool that we have for compressing the valves? I found another company that makes it one for the S2000. I think, I'm like 99% sure it's just the valve seals. They're known to go bad on those engines, and it's kind of giving me symptoms of that. So the valve stem seals, I think need to be replaced on the S2000. There's a similar tool, obviously for Honda, it's going to be completely different, but same principle. We're going to hit the cylinder with air and keep it pressurized, and then we'll put that tool on. It'll compress the valves. We can take out the retainers and all that stuff, and then I can put the new valve stem seals on. So I'm going to order that stuff. The tool for the S2000 is like $18 with shipping. And then valve stem seals for that engine are like $15. So that means we could fix the S2000 as long as it's only that. The oil issue for, what is that, less than $40? No, even cheaper than that. Yeah, like less than $35. So pretty happy about that. So I'll keep you guys posted on that one. But we're gonna get this one done first. Then I want to fix the S2000, at least we can still use it. And I already scheduled another track day for July 10th, even though the car is broken. So I'm under the gun to get the S2000 back together as well. And then once we get the Dakota running decent, we get the S2000 figured out, I think we are getting pretty close. I've made the deadline that 50K will start working on the Viper, and we're getting pretty close, you guys. So I got that big build for the Viper, but I want to get this sorted out. We also got Jason's Dakota RT to get sorted out. So I think Jason's Dakota should be coming in another week or two. So I gotta hurry up and get this finished. I gotta finish the S2000. That way we can get working on Jason's truck too. Alan. Yeah, so thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm doing my best to make the best content I can, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Alan, who should I use for tuning? I've been in touch with Flying Ryan and Dave Casper from B&G. Ryan said I need a wideband 02 setup. B&G says you can take my cam specs and just send me a tune over both, a relative in price. Yeah, as far as that, I mean, as far as like not having widebands, you can get away with it, but you can get a better tune with a wideband. So that's what I would say on that. So, a lot of good tuners will be able to say, oh, okay, your setup is this, this, and this, or tell me what your setup is. I'll send you a file based on what you have, and I've done this setup before, and it should be pretty close. But if you want to take it to the next level and get the full performance out of it, if you have a wideband, you can data log, record how your vehicle is running, and then send it back to them, and they can get it even more dialed in. So either one, can get done, but yeah, it just depends which way you want to go with it. Oh, Rob Roy, you just signed up again. Thanks, brother. Yeah, if you guys want to support the channel and stuff, if you guys click to join to become a member, a little bit of, like, it's not much, but I mean, I do appreciate the help, and a little bit goes, to me. And YouTube still takes their cut, which I've heard people, say whether I should move it to Patreon instead of the YouTube members, but every little bit helps you guys. But I appreciate your support. Thanks again, Rob. Rob was a member like a few months ago, but I think he joined back again. So thanks again, Rob. I got lost in my comments. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Alan's Tallies. So SSH. Build a 408 stroker with an old engine or forged internals and lower compression for a straight up boosted, pretty high PSI setup. Yeah, I could do that. Like I said, I really want to see what condition that crank is in, and then we'll go from there. That's in the blown up engine. That's on the stand. Yeah, see, Alan says the same thing. Just start buckling down, ripping apart vehicles and fixing them. It's the best training. Yeah, it's the hands-on experience is the best way. Alan says, so this tool for installing springs and retainers? Yeah, well, if you guys go on their website, they have a bunch of different tools and stuff like that. The Bluegrass Racing website. But the only one that I've gotten so far is that valve spring tool. And yeah, like I said, I was just curious how it works, so I called up the company, and the owner answered, and it's just a small, like, kind of mom and pop shop, and he was pretty excited on what we were doing and wanted to help us out. So he gave us 20% off if you guys put in the code boosted on his website. But yeah, you guys can check out what other, this just happened, so I literally in the middle of this live stream went to my email and got the code for you guys, but I haven't explored his website yet to see what other tools he has. He might have some cool stuff that we can use as well. Where are we on this? Comments. One Fast Life. What up, man? What's going on? Alan Tally, Marty must have really screwed someone over. I don't know anything about that. Comment on it. One Fast Life. I think we're building before YouTube was invented. Yeah, I agree, man. I used to not that I'm that old or whatever, but when I was doing my first builds, it was like when there was forums. Forums were big. So a lot of my first builds, I would document them on like S2KI, which was an S2000 forum back then, and you would have to do your image hosting on your pictures, and you would have to type exactly what each picture was. That was like before YouTube was the thing. So I was doing that back then, but I should have started YouTube, but who would have known or thought that it would become this, right? Rob Roy, would love a Dakota RT meet in Texas next year or something. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of some different ideas. I really hope that this channel kicks off, because I had some crazy ideas. I was saying the other day that, like, it would be so cool to take this truck and just, like, if I could get like a cheap house in Florida or something like that, and just like go back and forth to Florida, Texas, whatever, and like jump in this road trip to the other place, either spot, spend some time over there, and then road trip back and take the camera with me. I think that'd be so cool. Either that, or if I got like a cheap, those like RVs that are kind of like U-Hauls. I was explaining this, I think with Jonathan actually the other day. Those like RVs that are kind of like a U-Haul box truck. Not like the huge crazy ones, but they might be like 20 feet or 25 feet. If you got one of those, it has a pretty strong engine in it, and we could get like a trailer, and we could tow like the Dakota or the Viper or the S2000, it would serve a few purposes. I could go to the racetrack like the night before instead of waking up at like 4 in the morning to go to the racetrack like I've been doing. And I could go there the day before, camp in the RV, and then wake up at a decent time and not be exhausted. I think that would be cool. Plus, I could actually like take this camera and show on the road. We could actually like go to different meets and stuff across the country, or just jump in this little RV or motorhome and just go all over the place. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested, not to turn this again into a political, uh, video, but I'm kind of interested to see what's going to go on with the economy and all that, because it's getting kind of interesting with all this nonsense, you guys. Let me grab a chair. Been standing all day. Oh, that's better. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see me. Let me turn this a bit. All right. Joshua says, cannot wait for the Viper build. I know, me too. I'm pretty anxious to get started on the Viper, but we've just been so busy with the Dakota stuff and everything else going on, and then wrapping the S2000, getting that whole thing done, doing all the body work. The Viper build's still gonna happen. I just had to get all this other stuff done. Mr. J. Magoo, have you worked out details on the silver Dakota giveaway yet? Yeah, as far as that truck goes, so I guess I can tell the story on that now. So I bought that truck. I didn't really plan on buying another Dakota. You guys will kind of laugh at this story. So I bought that truck. I was just browsing classifieds. The guy had it for like $1,200 or something like that, somewhere around there. I was like, oh, kind of a cool price for a single cab Dakota. But you guys gotta remember, in California, there's like no rust anyways, right? Nothing really has rust. So for somewhere like if you were in like Ohio, like that would be like the most gem of gem truck. But over here, it's just a beat up truck. So anyways, I saw the truck. I messaged the guy, just not really too serious about it, but I messaged the guy, and he said somebody was coming to look at it. So I was like, all right, whatever. Went about my day, right? Then he messages me and says, hey, the buyer flaked out because the truck died on a test drive. So he tells me this, and he goes, first person with $300 can take the truck. So of course I'm gonna take a Dakota for $300. So I said, well, what happened to it? He goes, well, there's a couple gears that were grinding and it doesn't have reverse. He goes, but it won't start now. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So anyways, I'm like, okay, well, I'll come out and take a look at it. So he goes, yeah, the truck died out on the street, and I don't want to pay to tow it back or whatever. So first person that wants to have it for $300 can take it. So I go out. It was like 45 minutes away. Drive out there, see the truck. It looks decent enough. I go to start it, just nothing. Just you turn the key and it was just dead. Same as I think I showed you guys in the video. But it was pointing up a hill. So anyways, I gave the guys $300. Got all the paperwork for the truck. And then I turned the truck around. We had to push it because it wouldn't start. Turned the truck around, pointed it down the hill, coasted down the hill, left the ignition on, slammed it in a second gear, popped the clutch, and it fired right up. And we drove it all the way back. I couldn't stall the truck because I'd never be able to get it started again. But drove it all the way back, drove for like 40 minutes. It had like half a tank of gas in it. Parked it in the driveway. And then we went and got a new starter motor. I got a new starter motor for $25 from the junkyard. And then the plan was thinking is to do some sort of giveaway with it, right? But the more I thought about it, I found another transmission too for like $200. I was like, all right, I'll put this transmission in it. It'll make some content, whatever. But it was a truck that had 257,000 miles on it. The interior was shot. The headliner was missing. Dents all over the body. Paint wasn't good. The box was all kind of like, it was used as a work truck, so the box, the rails on it were all like bent to crap and stuff and all like twisted up from who knows what they had on it. And it was, same as this truck when I first got it, like the engine underneath, the power steering, like different stuff was leaking, and I had to like put carpet underneath it and cardboard under it when it was in the driveway. I'm pretty sure that it needed some sort of transmission work or something because reverse was gone. And after all said and done, it only had a 3.9 in it. It didn't even have a V8. So I was thinking to myself, do I give this away? Which I was fully willing to. I was thinking about fixing it up and whatever. Do I do that with that truck? Or do I take my $300 investment, turn it into a little bit more, and then I do the giveaway with a better truck? I would personally rather give away something that's a little cooler, like maybe not necessarily my truck, but like an RT, if I can find one, because I've seen them before come up for decent prices. So what I did was I turned $300 into $1,000. I sold the truck, and now we're in a situation where I could take that $1,000 and go and buy, you know, $1,000 bargain and turn it into a giveaway truck. So that was where my thoughts, you know, train of thought was. Plus we had so many different projects on the go that I don't know when I would get to fix that truck the way I want to fix it to be a giveaway truck. Plus, if we're gonna put, you know, our brand on it, like Boosted Motorsports, it's got to be somewhat cool. We can't just give away a V6 with a stick in it. So that's what happened with the truck. I ended up just, you know, getting rid of it in a hurry because I figured that made more sense for us. But yeah, so that truck no longer exists for Boosted, but I'm gonna try and do a giveaway. I'm gonna look into details. Actually, the person finally emailed me back about the giveaway, so I'm gonna look into that and see how that all works. Alex, hi, what's up, man? I just got my turbo Dakota running recently. Stoked on the videos you're putting out on your truck. Thanks, man. I've been trying to do my best with what I got. Darren's Grey Goat, are your plans still to try and make it a full-time go with YouTube channel? And will you take on some outside work to help supplement income too? Yeah, so right now I'm like part-time with the company, so I have to dedicate a couple days a week. But I'm not sure how long that's going to last for, and then the other part is YouTube. So my YouTube channel is not a full-time gig yet. I'd like it to be full-time gig in the sense of income, right? So I'm definitely giving it a full-time effort, but as far as being able to survive off it, it's decent. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it just, if you take a look around, right, the amount of money that we're sinking into the different vehicles. The cars that are sitting around, cars, trucks, whatever, like there's a decent amount of money sitting here. So to make the whole thing work, yeah, it's not really sustainable just with what we got going on YouTube. I'd like to get it there, but we're working on it. We're getting there, but it's not quite there yet. So I might, just so you guys know, I was talking with, you know, close buddy and whatever. Unfortunately, it's like the more clickbaity, controversial, negative videos tend to do better, right? So I've never sold out to that type of video. I don't think, at least. I think I can probably honestly say that. I've done a couple, you know, little bit clickbaity videos, but nothing too obnoxious. But those are the types of videos that really get a channel to take off. So I might have to do some of those videos because us just doing, you know, these build videos, they don't seem to get the attention from YouTube that I think they deserve, and I think a lot of people on the channel think they deserve. But I might have to sell out a little bit and do some of those clickbaity videos so that we can get more people to the channel. But I want to see it grow, and I want to see it to be self-sustainable, because I think it'd be super cool, like I said, if I can get this channel to be a full-time gig, and if I can get another spot in another state, whether it's Arizona, Texas, or Florida, we could travel with the camera and go to different events and go to different locations, which I'm fully willing to do. I just need the channel to get there to do it. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm just doing my part to try to get it there, and we'll see. That's what I'd love to have happen, though. Alex, how do you like HP tuners? I'm using SET right now and want to make the switch. It's been good, you guys. I can't, like I said, obviously you guys know that HP Tuners is a sponsor, but I bought everything originally with my own money, and I made that choice before they were a sponsor. So yeah, I mean, I have no complaints, and I think it's cool that you can use one device and tune a bunch of vehicles. So, the SRT10, this old Dakota, the Viper. We did the 2014 Ram. Like, they're just always supporting different vehicles with the same device, which I think is awesome. So, even if we got a Corvette or we get a Ford, like whatever we get, I'm not saying we're getting any of those, but you can tune all those things with the HP tuners, which I think is cool to have the ability to do that. So yeah, no issues so far. If there is an issue or they don't have support for something, they usually send out a release and they fix stuff. So yeah, I think it's awesome, you guys. I have nothing but good things to say. And like I said, you guys know I'm honest, and I'll tell you if there's something bad, or I won't try to lead you guys in the wrong direction. I'm the same as you guys. I'm just here to have fun and to modify cars without any headache. Beast Killer, I'm building a 440 Mopar and hoping to swap it in a first gen Ram. Have you ever made engine mounts? I have not made engine mounts. That's the next thing I want to get done on this. I know we've been doing a bunch of different stuff, but I want to get an actual welder in here and start fabbing some stuff. So I was thinking about maybe fabbing some of the exhaust work on this, or maybe on the SRT10, because I do want to put some, nicer sounding exhaust on the SRT10. So I was thinking of doing that, but I haven't done too much fab work. I have a cheap little welder right now, but I want to get a little bit better one. Mighty Mouse, what's up, Cam? Wrap the new deck in the Canadian flag theme. All right, buddy, you come help me wrap it. We'll wrap it. Thanks for your contribution. If you guys haven't, go check out Cam's channel, Mighty Mouse. He's local to me over here as well. So me and him, he's the one with the blue, that sapphire blue Viper with the silver stripes. So he's got his own YouTube channel as well. So go give him a follow and check him out. I think we might be doing something this weekend, but I have to follow up with him too. Cam, if you were coming to do the cam, I don't know if we're doing it tomorrow anymore. We ran into a little bit of a hiccup, so text me. I'll let you know what happened. Rob. Oh, Rob's answering. Alex. Joshua, let's get to 50K. I know, man. That's the plan. I'm itching to get there, so I want to get this channel to 50K, and then we can start with the Viper build. But it's okay because right now we've got our hands full. I was hoping this was gonna be back together tomorrow, honestly, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen right now. Doesn't look like it. The Dakota had other plans for us. Alan, where can you buy a fuel rail for the Dakota? I can't seem to find one anywhere. I just modified my stock fuel rail, so I'm not too sure. I didn't really dig too hard for one. I just modified my stock fuel rail so that it would fit my M1. Alex. Oh, okay, Alex. Alex and Rob. Rob Roy, welcome to Team Boosted. Yeah, thanks again, Rob, for joining us. Like I said, all your help is definitely appreciated, and it definitely doesn't go to waste. So we're spending more money than we're getting back from this channel right now, which is okay. I don't have any complaints. But yeah, all your help and contributions are definitely appreciated, you guys. Rob Roy is back with the boosted joined button. Rob Roy's got the member logo. COVID took my money. Ooh, I know. A lot of people I think are feeling it. Joshua Thompson, love everything you guys are doing. Nice to see different vehicles on channel. Happy to see you're keeping the Ram mostly stock for this rarity. Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy with the Ram. I think I've said it in a few videos. This is our play truck to go completely bonkers with. So eventually, I know a lot of guys would think it's a sin, but I might even put a newer engine in this. I might do a Hellcat swap at some point, but not anytime soon. I don't think. We were going to originally just yank this, put a Hellcat swap, but for now, I'm having fun messing with the Magnum. But as far as the Ram, like this is even though this truck looks good, it's still salvage title. It's got 150 or 60,000 miles on this truck, so it's not like a collector truck by any means. It's still a cool truck, and they're rare. But I mean, this isn't like a perfect example. So I don't mind modifying the crap out of this thing. But that truck is a totally different story. We're the second owner of the truck. And it's got like 29,000 miles, clean title. Like that's more of a collector example of that truck. Plus, there's only less than 200 of those, right? So, yeah, I'm not gonna tinker too much with that. Like, you guys saw that I cleaned it up and did some stuff, but anything I do to that is going to be reversible, just so that I can keep the collectability aspect of the SRT10. Where are we with the comments? Maximilo, hola, what's up, man? From Texas. Jose, what's up, Jose? Rob Roy, I work at Universal and can hook you up with tickets. I am down, let me know. I am down with tickets for Universal. Alex, FRP. Okay, so Alex using the FRP2. Enrique, thanks for all the content as always, informative and helpful. The truck is looking awesome, and you have to see what's to come next. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're plugging away with this thing. I just, if you guys are just joining into the live chat, I ran into a bit of a hiccup. I guess I'll explain it again, but I did it a few times. The valve springs are just a little bit too skinny, and they're not sitting down on the seat on the head. So I used that valve spring compressor tool, which worked awesome. Got the valves off, or got the valve springs off. Went to put in our new valve springs, and they just don't quite sit down all the way. So I had to put the old valve spring back on. So that's where I ran into a standstill on the cam install. Because my plan was put all the valve springs on. Once that was done, I was going to yank the cam, put the new cam in. Then we're going to double check everything, put our degree kit on it, make sure everything's good. And then we were going to be on the road to button this thing back up tomorrow, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. But thanks again for your support as well, Enrique. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, everything helps. Every little bit helps. Including Cam, Mighty Mouse. Put a lift kit on the Viper. I think I need to. Cam, give me your suspension. Let's trade. Look at how low it is. And I can see it in the video back there. It's like, it looks stupid low on camera behind over my shoulder right here. But yeah, thanks, Cam. I'll fill you in on details once I get off this live chat on what's going on with the car. We can decide whether we still want to tackle it tonight. Cam says, put a lift kit and then wrap it in a Canadian flag, then give it away. Let's just do it all. Let's just give all the vehicles away on the channel, just for free, charity. Come get them. Joshua, love the story about the other Dakota. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was debating keeping it, honestly, but I put it up just to see if I would get any bites on it the way it was, and somebody was pretty eager to turn it into a work truck. So, yeah, we parted ways with the Dakota again, and I'm gonna turn that. But what's cool is I'm still trying to get rid of my Jetta. If you guys know anybody that wants like a steal of a deal on a Jetta, let me know. So I have a 2016 Jetta. It's an SE. It's got Apple CarPlay. It's only got 65,000 miles on it, 2016, so it's not that old. I can't see, it's got a salvage title, which you guys know, like, I fixed it. No check engine lights, no nothing. The only thing that's wrong with it is the airbag light is on, because it needs to have the computer controller reset, and the horn doesn't work because it needs, the airbag thing needs to be programmed, so. It's pretty much the only two things wrong. Oh, and the cruise control, I think there's some sort of error, some programming or something, but that's it. And I have it listed for $6,300 for a 2016 Jetta with 65,000 miles, and it's like impossible to get rid of it. So if you guys know anybody that wants it, hit me up. I'll give you guys a boosted deal on it. I'll hook you guys up, or I'll give you guys a finder's fee. If you guys can get me $6,300, I'll give you $100. How about that? So we'll turn this live chat into a Jetta for sale ad. Where I was going with that is I plan on selling that, and then I'm probably going to get some sort of different daily, or I might daily this for a little bit, assuming that it's working. But I want to keep my eyes out for something, I don't know, something cool that we can maybe use to actually tow. Since this is a useless truck, that's a useless truck. We might get something that we can tow with, or a different daily that we can actually have some fun with. So help me free up those funds. So I'm trying to get my, $6,300 out of my Jetta. They're going, like, if it was a clean title Jetta, it's going for like almost 10 grand. So mine's significantly priced less with a salvage title, but it drives fine. I've been driving it daily. It's been my daily for the last 2 years. I bought it with 10,000 miles, and I put 50,000 miles on it, pretty much. No issues, so let me know. Alan, so my head has been off for a couple days and I got a small amount of rust in cylinder walls. Do you have an idea what I should do before putting them back together? Just use WD-40 if you have a little bit of rust in your cylinder walls. And usually that's what we used to do in the shop. We used to coat the cylinders with WD-40 if you're going to be leaving them exposed. So just take some WD-40 on a rag and just wipe it on the cylinder walls and it all should clean up pretty nice. Darren's, how do you like the new tires on the Viper? They're super sticky. I can't give you a full honest opinion because I made a post, you guys probably saw it, about raising the Viper. So the reason why I was talking about raising the Viper is because it is so low to the ground right now that if I try to take a corner aggressively, it's got, like, everything is hooked up on the Viper. So it's got all polyurethane bushings, suspension bushings, billet control arm bushings and mounts, and everything is like, that thing is on rails, but I've lowered it so much for cosmetic reasons that, and I think I don't know if I explained this, but I wanted to explain it. I've lowered it so much for it to be cosmetically appealing, to me at least, that the A-arms, control arms, are almost like upside down. So whereas they would probably be like this, the control arms are like this. So the geometry of the car is completely out of whack. So aerodynamic wise, you know, it's good to be low, right? So all race cars are like pretty much on the ground, but that's like a road course where it's, you know, there's not gonna be a pothole usually on a road course. So, but our geometry of our suspension is completely out of whack because the A-arms are pretty much on this angle instead of being like this or like this. So it kind of doesn't handle that good anymore, honestly. It's kind of a little bit twitchy. I probably would need a different alignment to get it back closer to where it should be, but I was thinking of raising it a bit. The other reason too is when I dip the car, like if I try to aggressively take a corner, when you get that tiny, not that it has that much body roll because it's got really stiff suspension on it, like racing suspension, but when the body rolls a little bit, it's, when the weight transfers, it's sitting there just eating on the fenders a little bit. So you can't, you know, you can't sit there and just throw a bunch of negative camber at it and have it riding with the wheels like this, because it's not going to help handling any. And at the same time too, it's just so low that even with camber, like the back fenders on the Viper are pretty much flat. Like they don't go a whole lot past what you see inside. So it does need to come up if I want to use it for those reasons, but it looks unreal. I've never really seen one sitting that low, but it's just, it's only a matter of time before something comes up on the road that I can't avoid, which is what I'm a little bit skeptical about. The other thing too is the oil pan that's on my ACR, or the newer Viper, 2000 and up Vipers, I think, or maybe 99. They have a 10-quart oil pan, which is like unicorn dust. Like it's super, super rare. They don't make them anymore. Everybody with the older Vipers wants the oil pan that's on my car, or the 2000 and up, because it has a larger oil capacity. So everybody with like a 96 to 2000 is trying to upgrade to the pan that's on this. So, and the pan sits, it's aluminum, all aluminum oil pan, and it sits lower than the frame. So if something comes up on the road and I smash that oil pan, I can't even find it anymore. So I'm kind of, you know, it looks cool. I love the way it looks, but I'm just thinking I might have to bring it up a little bit. It'll improve handling. It'll make it a little bit safer on the road. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But to answer your question, I haven't really been able to fully experience the tires because I can't rail a corner right now. It'll just drag on the fenders. So, I mean, I can go around at a decent speed, probably faster than most people would be comfortable with, but you guys already know me. You guys watch my racing videos. I want to like go full send around the corner, and I can't. The car's capable of it, but I can't do it because it'll drag on the fenders. So, and those tires are super sticky, and I really want to try it. That's why I kind of want to raise it. So. Rob Roy, funny your almost died video was crazy in views. Yeah, so whenever I say something dramatic, make a dramatic title, as long as you guys don't hate me for it, it brings in new people to the channel. So for better or worse, people seem to click on that stuff. So if you guys aren't going to hate me for it, let me do a little bit of clickbaity stuff so we can get some new people on this thing, because when I just post that we're like doing a cam, for some reason it doesn't really get all that much attention. But if I put that I almost died, everybody wants to watch it. Go figure, right? Jordan, hey, what's up? I'm about to get a 95 Chevy S10. First car, can't wait next month. That's going to be an awesome first car. I know I wanted one for a while. But yeah, that would be fun to get. It'd be a cool little project. And there's probably a ton of aftermarket stuff. Ooh, Rob Roy hit him low. You bought the wrong truck. Come on, S10s are still fun. They're still fun. Timmy, what all would I need to use HP tuner on my truck? It's 5.2, 318. You don't need a whole lot. You're going to need the MPVI2, so the little module, and you're going to need a laptop with Windows on it. Get those two things, and then you just pay for a credit, and you're off. So I'll get those two things. You can flash your truck, and you'll be good to go. It's not too much. Rob Roy, great chat tonight. Thanks. No problem, man. Glad you enjoyed it. I know this one was last minute. I was planning on working on this thing like crazy, but ended up running into some hiccups. Vic, which cam did you go with? I went with a custom grind. IMM engine spec'd it out. I could show you guys the specs. I have no secrets on the specs. I'll fully disclose that, but yeah, you guys will see it in the video, all the cam specs and stuff like that. But it's a custom grind. Jordan, how did I buy the wrong truck? Don't worry, man. Rob Roy's just picking on you. The S10 is a cool truck, though. It's just because he probably would have wanted to see you get a Dakota, that's all. Joshua, grab a cheap cat eye for a towing truck. What's a cat eye? I don't even know what a cat eye is. Oh, cat eye, the Chevys, the ones with the cat eyes? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, honestly, because as much as I think I honestly posted it up before, those trucks are super popular, and it would be a cool, just like daily, maybe clean it up a little bit, nothing too crazy, but it'd be a good little daily truck. Clean it up. We could use it as a tow truck. Well, not tow truck, but a vehicle we could tow with and go from there. But I think that's gonna do it for today, you guys, because my phone died. Oh, hold on. Let me go over here for a second. I saw somebody post up a unicorn. Let me see. Tim with the unicorn, the rare unicorn dust. Thanks, appreciate it, brother, for the support and the contribution, man. It definitely helps. Sorry, I just had to turn this around because my phone died. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this video up because I still got to eat dinner and whatnot, even though it's late. But I'll show you guys quickly what we got going on. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, thanks, Timmy. I like your little unicorn because that's the unicorn dust. Just so you guys know, I know you guys see this in pictures on Instagram and everything, but I am not joking when I say how low it is. Watch, just for reference. Here's a 2x6. Here, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There's a 2x6, and it touches on that. I surprise myself sometimes how I drive around like that. So, zero lies with this thing on how low it is. But yeah, you can't even fit a 2x4 or 2x6 underneath it. So anyways, status, update, you guys already know. Went to go change the springs. Can't change the springs. New springs over here. And the base of it is just a little bit too tight to fit around. Got my rockers over here. Got my comp cams. And this showed up today. I didn't show you guys this yet. I got the comp cams wheel, the one with the larger circle, if you guys have been following along. I have the Jegs kit there. But I got this one because this one would fit over top of our tool, which fits over top of the snout so that we can line this puppy up and degree it. But she is a no-go at this point. We're at a standstill. I wonder if I'll have to talk to Brian at IMM. I'm curious if I could still put the cam in and run it with, at least get it running. I don't know if it's worth all that extra work. But I was thinking put the cam in and keep our stock springs on. just temporarily. And then maybe we could just run it for now, and then I could upgrade the springs afterwards. Because you could technically do this with the engine together. So I could technically change the springs and retainers after the fact, but I'll have to ask him whether he would be okay with doing something like that. Maybe we could just get it running at least. I don't know how long it takes for the springs that we need to come in. Maybe do something like that, but that's gonna be about it, you guys. Whoa, 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 you guys don't wanna look at my hand. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for our Friday Night Live. I'm gonna eat and figure out what we're doing with the truck. I was planning on putting it together tomorrow, but I don't know, we might be at a standstill. I wanted to get the cam out tonight or by the morning and have it together by tomorrow night, but we ran into some hiccups. So I'll update you guys with what we're gonna do. I still have some videos for you guys tomorrow. I have a few. I did some stuff to the Dakota the other day. What did I do? I got a few things ready actually. I think with this stuff over here. And I did a few things, but I'll update you guys with that. So you guys will see a video tomorrow still. And thanks for tuning in, you guys. Thanks for everybody that donated tonight and joined as a member. Make sure you guys drop this one a thumbs up before you guys take off. And we'll see you guys on the next video or the next live. Thanks again for your support, guys. We'll see you.